Okay, let's get straight to the point. Should you play Hades? I'm going to break this down into 3 sections: gameplay, story, and art, and I'll leave timestamps to each in the description below. Let's kick off with the first. Hades is a roguelite. This means you'll try to run a series of randomly generated rooms until you die or win. You will become incrementally stronger after every run, but succeeding or failing comes mostly down to whether you understand your skills, weapons and enemies enough to overcome them. You try, fail, learn and come back over and over and over again until you achieve success. Or more likely die again.
Oh, damn it.
What separates Hades from the pack in terms of its gameplay is not just its fast-paced gameplay directly, but the element of choice the game provides. Each run will have you select a weapon before you start, which dictates how you play. You can use the Stygian Blade or Twin Fists for rapid combos, the Heart-Seeking Bow or Adamant Rail for dealing damage while keeping your enemies at distance, the Spear for calculated arm's-length attacks, or perhaps the Shield because dodging is too hard for you. Each of these weapons will be supplemented over the course of the game by godly boons, all of which have strong thematic connections with the god that gives them you. For example, Zeus's boons cause lightning to fly everywhere. Each one of these boons will give you 3 options, and sometimes you can even select your rewards at the end of the room, so you can somewhat tailor your build each run. This means that while RNG still plays a large part of the game, you'll find it rarely cripples a run, and that your choices feel much more meaningful. Hades' story is told through interacting with its characters, both in the combat sequences and in the hub world between them. But more interesting is that these characters have a lot of unique dialogue that's even influenced by recent events in the game. For example, Hypno might tell you what you died to last, but there are a bunch more factors that determine what dialogue gets used at any given time, such as how far in the story you are, have you spoke to this character before, how many times have you spoke to the character, what weapon are you using, did your last run fail, have you spoke to another character, have you completed the game, which stages did you use a certain god's boon last, have you liked, commented and subscribed? This means there needs to be an insane amount of scripting for the cast of approximately 24 characters, but between these cast members, Hades' script contains over 300,000 words. For context, that's longer than the screenplay for The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers and Return of the King added together. It's a truly insane amount of dialogue, so you'll almost never hear all of it. The art style of Hades is a real selling point, with a custom soundtrack and beautifully drawn characters, and, most importantly, a fully pettable dog. The cast of characters is vibrant and varied, and there's someone for everyone to love. Whether you're into the classic bad boy gone rogue, the dominatrix-esque female, every millennial's dream, the embodiment of death itself, or that classic dad god look. Each of these characters are not only beautifully drawn, but the voice acting is smooth, silky, and a joy to listen to. It's the kind of rare treat that leaves me not rapidly spamming spacebar through dialogue at every possible moment. So, should you play Hades? Well, while I can universally recommend the story and art, the gameplay is a bit of a different matter. It essentially boils down to, do you like roguelites? If the answer is yes, Hades is a brilliant example of the genre. If the answer is no, you probably won't like it. But if you're kind of sat on the fence, Hades is a great place to start. Not only is this a fantastic example of the genre, it's also far less punishing than other versions. It gives you more choice, it's less RNG reliant, and the story's compelling enough to bring you back time and time again. If you're planning on dipping your toes into the roguelike genre, now is definitely the time to do so, and Hades just might be the game for you.